Hi everyone, thank you for joining me today. I really appreciate it. It's another day that we're going to be discussing about, life challenges and how you can, become a better version of yourself. So tonight, I'm not going to take much of your time. I have with you someone spectacular. I mean, I could remember when I was in my own low moment, she was there for me. She was one time my employer, and later on we became partner. And she had introduced me to, amazing people in Nigeria in the course of my journey. I met Tiana through her. I met so many notable names that I can keep counting my fingertip. I have with me today in person of Madam Tayo Afolabi. Thank you for joining us. Can you please introduce yourself to the audience?
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Tayo Afolabi. I'm the Chief Executive of World PR Media. And basically, what World PR Media does is we are a solutions finder in simple terms. We find solutions to business problems or personal, depending on the type of brand you're trying to achieve. Yes.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. And to mention, I want to thank you again for your time. I really appreciate it. Despite the very short notice, we were just like, don't worry, I will do it for you. But well, thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate it. So to go into today's discussion, as I rightly mentioned during our chat on the Instagram, what we're going to be doing here is just like, I believe, like mentioned during the course of the start of this video, all of us, regardless of the position you find yourself today, you've met one or two challenges in life. And I just want you to share any one or two challenges, maybe one will be fine, that will encourage viewers today, that will make them to believe they are not in it alone, and they can win again, regardless of what has happened. So over to you.
All right. Thank you so much for this experience once again. I will share two very different experiences with you. One is most recent. When I say most recent one, it actually happened December last year. It's a work-related challenge. You know, when you have a team and you have maybe someone that deals with a very important factor in your business, and one of the mistakes I made was part of the contracts we signed wasn't really airtight. And even though, in my opinion, it was airtight, the person didn't see fit to honor the agreement, you know. And this person was a critical part to my magazine publication. I also wear a hat as the editor-in-chief of a magazine called The Beauty Report. And basically, you know, this person was in charge of a very vital role in the magazine, and they decided to give me, I think it was half a month's notice or even a month's notice. And that wasn't the type of notice that was required, because the person knew that we needed to fill that position to get enough content to get the magazine going in the next edition. So basically, without this person, the role to everyone else would have been redundant, as in we had any company to feature in a magazine that one of its main focus is to keep interviewing. So just imagine us having a magazine in December and not being able to interview anyone for the January issue. That was the we were left in, you know. And if this was me 10 years ago, if this was me 7 years ago, it would have been something that would utterly maybe devastate me, you know. But time and lessons has taught me that when frantic things like that happens, you just have to sit down and think, right, what's the solution to this? This was what she brought to the table. How can we replace the activity she brought to the table? On the magazine front, we decided to concentrate on articles that would help businesses. So to the whole world, they didn't know that we had problems with the magazine.
Amazing.
Concentrated on articles that will help businesses, and that was what we did from January, February, March until April. So I employed someone in January to replace her she didn't leave us a know-how of how she did it, because her role was quite it's a skilled role that you need to know how to execute what she's doing. She didn't leave us with, oh, this is how I do it. She just left us, this is what I send them. Do you understand? So how she got the people, she didn't share it with us. The kind you fight. So I did get someone in January, but it took us January, February, March, April, May. It took us 5 months to execute a new strategy from start. So I thought to myself, okay, how do you get brands? Brands are everywhere. Brands are on social media. How did she get? So what I did was I began to, and I also took ill around that January, February. So it wasn't like something I could concentrate training the person on. So whilst we executed the interviewing, whilst we executed teaching brands, giving them reports and everything, in the back end, we formulated, okay, let's just get a list of brands. So what we did was we began to build a database. And right now, our database has over 1,700 companies. And the deal was we write to them. So that January, February, we used to write to them maybe weekly. We'll write to 30 people in a week, but out of 30 people,
maybe one will come back.
I reply, I'm interested, or maybe the 30 won't reply. So by the time March, and this person that I employed knew her other jobs well, we now decided to focus. Why are these people not responding to our emails? Why do they just see our emails and ignore it? Guess what we did, Gbadebo? We changed the subject of the email. We changed it from something very official, blah, 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 to something very straight to the point. Be the spotlight, or spotlight on you, So all the brands that see the emails, they want to see, oh, how would the spotlight be on us? How would the spotlight be on us? That was how we built it from a 1 reply per 30 emails to now we have 5 replies per 30 emails.
Amazing.
So changed the subject, we changed the frequency. So we moved from once a week to 30 people to every day we're emailing 30 people, so that we are, for an issue, we can get over 10 brands or over 8 brands to sit down with, and which is good. So that was how we fixed that problem.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. For everyone that is watching this edition, I want you to remember what I told you from the onset. I'm going to be bringing different people from different angles of life. If you look at what Madam Tayo is talking about, you will realize this is a business mogul. She's talking business from the aspect of business. So regardless of who you are, I told you you're going to benefit something from this discussion. So if you're looking at your problem from business perspective, maybe one of your employee just resigned, or one of your general manager just decided to leave you unnoticed, you can watch this video again and again and see the way she finds solution to the problem. Yes, there was a problem. Then the first thing she asked herself is, what is the solution? That is the first thing that has to come to your mind. Then the process of finding a solution to what your problem is, you now need to ask yourself, like, what am I doing wrong? What are we doing wrong? How can we get this more effective? Which is exactly what she did to find solution to what was happening in our organization. And today, from no reply to 5 reply out of 30 is amazing, because this is similar to what I do on a daily basis today.
Just seamless now,
You imagine, this is similar to what I do. I reach out to people to speak in my event, and I know some people say no, some people say yes, and the rate of no was higher. But now I have more yes because of change in strategy. So thank you so much for that. I think we've spent more than 10 minutes already, and we should be rounding up now. So I want you to just look into the camera. I like saying this, I like doing this a lot. Just say one word to someone that is having one or two challenges in his or business, that he or she is not alone, and tell her one thing that she should do or she should keep doing that will make her eventually get through the challenges she's going through, he or she?
Allow me 3 words. Knowledge
Okay.
is power.
Wow.
The solution to any problem you have, be it personal, be it financial, be it any type of problem, the solution is knowledge. Who can help me? What type of problem do I have? What type of business do I have? Who is an expert in this business that I know? Who is an expert in this business in the world? Am I going to research them? Am I going to know how they did it? Am I going to know what they did? Who do I need to employ? I can't do it by myself. I need experts. You don't have to do it by yourself. If you're a tailor, you know how to sew very well, but try to find people that will partner with you that have different skills. You might not be able to pay them, but strategize. Do profit sharing. Have agreements in place where you say, okay, this is what we're doing now, but this is the vision. Find people who align with your vision. Knowledge is power. If your problem is personal, list your debts. Find out the kind of people or organizations that can help clear personal debts. It's important to make sure that, you don't acquire debts for simple things like, how do I call it? Acquire debts that will create more money for you, not debts that will sink you. If you acquire money and you put it into something that will build on that money, that is excellent. Knowledge is power. Seek it. Find the best people in the thing you're trying to do. See how they did it. Formulate your own strategy, and always have an action plan. Make sure you're organized. Make sure you have an action plan of the things you want to do when you want to do them.
Amazing. That is just like, I think I'm just wowed out. I was just looking at you like, okay, I know this part of you from the beginning. I'm so happy to have you here. So the point is just action plan. Look for people that are better than you in whatever you're doing. Seek help. All the people that have been here that have had personal issue, that was fired from job and doesn't know how to feed himself. The same thing that said, you need a professional assistant. And sometimes, as Madam Tayo made mention of, you are selling bread, look for someone that is selling tea, so that it works hand in hand. So you're not going to be alone on the journey. You're going to have someone to be there for you always. So these are things that you have to put in place. Please and please and please make up your mind today that you are going to change your situation, regardless of what that situation might be. That you are going to make yourself a better person in this life. You can do it. You've seen everyone that are saying one or two things here. It doesn't start like, they all start from the very low point. And she actually has a challenge in her office. She sorted it out by thinking, asking the right question, and believing there is a solution to this problem. So this is the way I want you guys to be thinking, that what is the solution? What is the next step? How can I make this happen? And it will definitely happen. Thank you so much once again, Madam Afolabi, for being here with me. I think that's going to be it for tonight. I hope I'm still going to have you on this session once again. Maybe I'll come to the United States to interview you one of these days, and it will be more interactive. I'll look forward to that as well. Thank you so much for your time, and do have a great day, although it's night over here. Talk to you some other time. Bye for now.